everybody, welcome to week 3. This week we are going to start by exploring the difference between discipline and guidance and really what it means to move beyond discipline to guidance. So guidance really should teach children life skills. It should help teach children respect for others and for oneself, how to express emotions in acceptable ways, making decisions that are ethical and intelligent, how to work together in groups, and how to solve problems using words. This image really helps illustrate the importance of guidance. Teachers who practice guidance believe in the positive potential of children and really should be moving towards rejecting discipline practice that is punitive and often leads to punishment. In the old days, so in the 1980s and earlier, discipline systems were based on getting children to comply. Compliance does play an important role in development, but doesn't need to be forced. If classroom expectations are clear and children are truly engaged and excited about what is happening in the classroom, then teachers will spend less time on redirecting and managing children's behavior related to compliance and more time on the opportunities that enhance learning. What does appropriate teaching practices look like? So what does it mean to effectively facilitate children's social skills? How do we support the development of self-regulation? In this module, you will watch a video that models some of the ways in which teachers can support the development of self-regulation and social skills. As adults, we serve as important role models for young children. They look to us for what to do, say, and how to react in difficult situations. When clear limits and expectations are set, children will feel confident in their environment. What does inappropriate practice look like? So, forms of punishment such as timeout, which I know may be a controversial or hot topic for some, demeaning children who misbehave or making them feel insecure or less, or really make them feel self-conscious and embarrassed. When there aren't any clear limits in the classroom, children don't know how to respond. Sometimes the environment can be chaotic, and teachers do not help children set and learn important rules of group behavior and responsibility. So the topic of timeout might bring up some questions in this class, which I fully expect it to, and I hope that we have some good discussions around this. And like I said earlier, it can be quite controversial. When a child is placed in timeout because the adult doesn't want to deal with the challenging behavior and just wants the child to be quiet and compliant, the opportunity to learn about the situation is lost. If an adult recognizes the child's need for a quiet space to regain their composure, it can be an effective strategy. A skilled teacher would need to stay with the child, talk them through their feelings, help them make sense of the situation, help the child de-escalate, and then help them reflect on their behavior. Timeout is no longer practiced in some settings and is even seen as a punitive form of discipline by many. If this is a practice that you use, be thinking about its effectiveness and purpose. If it really is a cool-down period for a child to regain composure, then a teacher or adult needs to stay with the child and act as a positive support so that the child doesn't feel humiliated, excluded, and isolated. The classroom environment is key in the overall tone of the classroom. If the room is cluttered, if materials are messy, if the toys are not developmentally appropriate for the group, then things can get chaotic quickly. So be thinking about how the environment also impacts children's interactions. So how do inappropriate practices affect children? When there are developmentally inappropriate practices happening in a classroom, children's self-esteem can be lowered. They start to develop negative self-concepts. That's when they really don't like themselves. They may have angry feelings. Sometimes it's towards peers, sometimes it's towards adults, and sometimes it just lies right under the surface and comes out during times of chaos when the room is out of control. and sometimes just a feeling of disengagement from school and the learning process. So we're going to pause here, and like I said a few slides ago, we are going to watch a video that illustrates developmentally appropriate practices that support children's development of social skills. So hang tight. Make sure that in Canvas you click the next button. It should take you to the link to the video, and it is a little bit of a longer video. It's about 25 minutes, so grab some popcorn, something to drink, get comfortable, sit back, and be ready to take some good notes about developmentally appropriate practices that support social skills. All right, we'll be back in a few.